buy that for $1.
Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
Welcome back to another Deadwire Live, everybody. I should have just hit live about 5 minutes ago because we were just having a conversation about Martha and the DC Universe versus the Marvel Universe. And Kevin, how did that turn out?
Well, I think it ended with a bunch of Yo Martha jokes.
Why did you say that name?
Most
Yo
Martha.
Martha.
And nobody understands the Conehead reference except us old folks here.
Yep. I don't understand the Conehead reference, but
Yeah,
guys...
you're fired. Like, get the fuck out of here already.
I mean, I don't even know about that shit that the astronauts took to the moon. I'm a Tampico fan, so.
Well, that's a great launch to this
Good night,
show.
everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Good night. Sure,
that's a Tang
over.
reference. Fuck you guys.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Deadwire Live with us crazy kooks. And we got Chad, we got Skeeter back with us again, and we have an old favorite of ours. We got Steve Foder from Too Much Scrolling. Say hi, Steve. Tell everybody what you've been up to lately.
Good evening, everybody, or in certain time zones, good morning, because holy cats, you guys on the West Coast are doing this late. Too Much Scrolling has reached the pinnacle. We've hit 10 years of podcasting every Tuesday for the last 10 years. This week, right now, as we speak, we are celebrating our 10th anniversary, having so much fun, meeting so many great people around the world, talking to authors and actors and singers and all of the people that make the fun of pop culture come alive.
Awesome. Glad to hear about your 10-year anniversary. Here's to 10 more years if you can keep on kicking it.
I hope not.
You got to get to retirement at some point there, bud.
What is the retirement package for podcasting? I mean, is there a gold watch? No,
it's a red Yeti.
There's
a red Yeti.
You get you have some views. Here you go. Here they are. You can see them. Congratulations.
And now maybe you can get monetized on YouTube.
No. Thank you for playing.
The badge of horror is what that kind of is at this point. But welcome aboard with us again, Steve. Great to have you here. Chad, what you been up to lately, bud?
Actually, I just got back from a convention this afternoon. I was at Baycon in Santa Clara. I was running around yesterday in my Ghostbuster uniform. Got to host a burlesque show last night. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh, hello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do that every year.
Cool.
And
Nice.
was actually hanging out a little bit with one of the voice actors from Star Trek Prodigy.
Nice.
Yeah, Bonnie Gordon. She's the computer and the universal translator.
Okay.
Very
And
groovy.
real quick, how's that show going? Like, what's that up to? I don't really follow New Trek,
Well-
and I'm not dissing on it. I just don't follow. So I don't.
Second season dropped on Monday,
Cool.
and I was able to get through it this week. I enjoyed it.
Right
I mean,
on.
yeah, it's more for kids than other Star Trek shows are, because that originally had been on Nickelodeon. But they were able to really connect that to a lot of other Trek series, not just Voyager, but Next Generation into Star Trek 4. I think the only things they didn't connect into were Deep Space Nine and Strange New Worlds.
Deep Space Nine's kind of a tough nut to crack when you're trying to weasel in any sort of continuity.
Sometimes Deep Space Nine gets treated like the redheaded stepchild, which is not fair. That was a really good show.
I always felt it was more like Voyager. Like, I always felt like DS9 aged well the more it went along. First couple seasons were a bit rough, though.
Well, when they got into the Dominion War and they started serializing things, that's when they really hit their stride.
Yeah, totally agree. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us again, Chad. And Skeeter, what you been up to lately, bud?
Just doing the usual, DJing, keeping up with music bingo and trivia, and enjoying my catching up on everything I ever wanted to catch up on for shows, and started watching a little more anime shows that got suggested to me, so it's been going pretty good.
Hey, Great to hear. Maybe we can get into some of that as the conversation goes on in our stream. Kevin, I don't care what you've been up to. You've been working all week. So you want to kick us off with a headline?
All right. Let's see here. We're going
to... Sorry.
The first thing we have a trailer for this, but Steve's here, so we'll forsake the trailer. Let's see here. Brand new look at the brand new Hellboy movie.
The Crooked Man.
This is a film that no one asked for, no one knew was coming, and no one is excited about yet.
Except Mike Mignola.
Is Mike excited? Is like Mike like
the producer? He wrote the screenplay.
Yep.
Okay, then I can't bag on it then. Not like the last one. Like, you should trust that, shouldn't you?
You would hope.
Wait, you did see the last one, right?
No.
I did.
And you saved yourself a lot of tears and agony.
That movie was a steaming pile of crap.
That's what I heard.
The only reason I watched it when I did is because I got it for free out of the library. I did not spend any money on that.
I spent like $1 from the family video that was closing down because they were trying to clear out the stuff at that moment.
Yeah, I never saw it.
I wanted to see it.
It's free on Netflix though right now.
Yeah, I'm not terribly surprised. I'm surprised Netflix didn't even just straight up get behind this particular iteration of Hellboy. This is now going to be the third different actor playing Hellboy and like the third kind of different variation on it. Now, I guess this is supposed to be set before like the events of like the first two movies, but how it even ties together is beyond question. But based on the trailer, it looks like this is more an independent take on the movie and a lot more focused on horror featuring Hellboy, not an actual Hellboy movie.
No.
Does anybody else think the costume looks like it came from the discount rack at Spirit Halloween?
Wish.com.
Yeah.
Temu.
Yeah.
Temu. Yep.
Jinx.
Ordered by proxy site.
I think Hellboy is a great character. I think that the right writer can make something that is very entertaining with Hellboy and very in depth. He has so many foibles that we can go through and think through. How did he become who he is, and how is he making decisions based on today's information? There's some great work that could be done with Hellboy. I do have high expectations.
Now,
yeah, it would be nice to see that come to fruition, but you are correct. You hire the right people, this could be really good.
Now, I love the first two movies a lot.
Mm.
And what I enjoy even more than that were the animated features that came out shortly after, especially Blood and Iron. That is my all-time favorite Hellboy movie. I mean, that got me into the comics. I mean, hell, I've got a tattoo of the right hand of Doom on the inside of my forearm. That's how much I enjoy the character.
That's hardcore.
That is hardcore.
I met a guy at con this weekend who also had not the same image I've got, but we were comparing our Hellboy tats, and we started talking about this a little bit. But I almost want to say that they're only doing these movies right now just so they can hold on to the rights, more so than trying to put out a really good product.
You mean the last movie wasn't really good?
Well, and that was also another Mike Mignola film. Wasn't that like Lionsgate or something though? And that's the only reason why it got so well done. I mean, not well done as a movie, just why it got so far in the Hollywood system.
And here's something else I've noticed too: is they cannot get the red right on Hellboy.
He looks way too pink.
David Harbour looked pink. And this guy looks more maroon.
It looks burnt orange to me. Or could that be fuchsia? Somebody correct me, please.
I have no fucking clue.
Cyan.
Cyan.
I thought that was like kind of blue.
Oh.
Damn.
I don't know.
It's going great so far.
It doesn't look right. And then I was just for shits and giggles checking out the Hellboy subreddit. And there are so many people who took that image and actually photoshopped the eyes to make them a solid orange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But these are also the people who were bitching about the Del Toro movie, saying that they made the fandom toxic. And I'm just sitting here,
Oh,
just wishing I had popcorn, going, okay, here come the flame wars.
Every fandom's got their crazies. No doubt
Oh,
about
do
that.
they ever?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's derived from the term fanaticism.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Mhm.
That's the word of the day with Kevin. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
I
It's a
want a
short
quarter every
show.
time someone says it.
I know. Hey, for all the elder people on our stream who want to go to bed, you can go to bed now.
Yep.
The kids will take over. But no, I like the Guillermo del Toro movies, but him and Mike had a big falling out after the second one, and they could never figure out a budget on the third one, let alone a story. And Perlman's never going to come back. Let's be real here. So
He's even said he's too old for that shit now.
I mean, if he was just sitting there smoking on a cigar and he had his little Hellboy kids from the first two movies that were insinuated that he was going to be having, that could be interesting. Play it a little bit like Sons of Anarchy. He just sits back, smoking a cigar, drinking his booze, and letting his kids take care of business.
The booze. It could be interesting having him still be that character, or as you said, having him be more of a background entity as opposed to the main character of the movie.
Yeah,
It's a movie Hellboy.
Yeah, that's what Todd McFarlane's trying to do with Spawn. That's what they did with Man Thing.
That wasn't a Man Thing movie.
Yeah, it was.
Are you?
Well, Werewolf by Night?
Werewolf by Night was not called Man Thing.
No, there was a Man Thing movie specifically.
There's a Man Thing movie.
Oh, that sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Was it a sci-fi movie?
It was a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it was a. Yeah.
I could have
That'll learn you.
Showed boobs. I need to go back and look.
Gee,
Yes, we all know Kevin.
that's what it takes to get Kevin to watch a movie.
Distracted.
Sorry, like it had boobies in the first 5 minutes, and the lady got killed, and I was kind of like, "Well, okay, there might be something to this movie."
That was Swamp Thing. That was
There wasn't, but
Adrian Barbeau.
You mean Bubo?
Yeah.
All right, Kevin. Next topic.
Next topic. Okay, so we have good news from the world of movies. From
What?
From me.
I'm so skeptical right now.
You should. That's how
I'm
we
so
started this
skeptical.
show.
This is 2024, Kevin. There is no good news.
So there was a live screening of Dogma gone down.
Nice.
And the Other Me announced that the rights have been purchased away from Harvey Weinstein, and production on a re-release of DVD and Blu-ray, I'm guessing, is now in production for Dogma.
Thanks. Fuck.
I will believe it when it's in my hands, because I have no faith that will happen. I hope it's true. I
do too.
Other Kevin certainly made that happen, because boy, oh boy, is that his masterpiece. That is his absolute heart and soul plunked out on keys and made happen on screen.
And it's one of my favorite movies of his, if not my favorite movie of his, period.
Yeah.
Same.
That is definitely my favorite of his films.
I know he's got his favorites are like Clerks, Mallrats, yada, yada, yada. But like Dogma was the one that clicked with me. And I'm like, that's genius right there.
Agreed.
Yeah. Golly, the adolescent in me still loves Clerks too. I mean, you got to love a donkey show. But
getting struck on YouTube already. Thanks, Kevin.
But Dogma was beautiful in its writing. Like it spoke about the dangers of idealism in natural speak in a way that everyone can understand. And golly, like it was like a right people getting it kind of situation. Like the Catholics did not like it whatsoever before it even came out. That was
Didn't he almost get excommunicated over that?
I don't know about that, but the Westboroughs were all about protesting this.
Yeah, and trying to shut it down.
That's when you know you did it right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went out there to protest with them.
That's right. I remember that.
That I did not remember.
I remember that.
Mhm.
Beautiful. That is just fantastic. The way that he's able to take the Gen X experience and give us those moments where he goes, "Oh, there's people protesting my movie. I'll go hang out with them for a while and see what happens." And he gets on local TV, interviewed as someone who's protesting. This movie's terrible. Nobody should watch this movie. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Chef
Should have
Kit.
done
That was
that with
awesome.
He-Man.
Oh,
God.
Somebody had to say
denied.
I showed my
All
wife
right.
like 5 seconds of that actually before we came on like a little while ago, and all she saw was Skelegore, and I'm like, "Are you done now?" And she's like, "I am now scarred. Turn it off."
Skelegore, was that like him and Eva Lynn getting it on?
That was when he was all neon yellow at the very beginning of the first episode.
Oh, gotcha.
Skeleglow
Oh,
I
yes.
thought that was Scareglow.
or Scareglow or whatever it was.
Yeah. That
I'm
was
just
Scareglow
like,
is
that is
cool.
so bad.
No, dude, that Skeletor's shadow come to life. Oh, Candyman.
Okay.
Tony
well,
Todd.
didn't turn out well, but that's not what we're talking about. I am excited for Dogma to circle back around, and I have my old DVD copy. It's scratched to hell. Like Steve Fodor over here, like I will believe it when I see it and it's in my hands, and hopefully it's put out by Arrow. That's the studio I would like to see put out because they put out quality. They've done right by Kevin Smith and his filmography already. Like to see a box set. If anybody could do it, they would do a great job.
I think so.
Yeah.
My wife will fucking kill me when those hit 4K.
Mhm.
Like, how many versions do you need?
More.
All of
Or
them.
More. No doubt. All right. Well, we have an update to a story we did last week about MTV having all their news archives erased and Comedy Central having a ton of its clips erased. And CMT, same thing. A lot of their clips and articles erased. Jeff mentioned that the Internet Archive should have those available. The very next day, they reported, yes, those articles are available on the Internet Archive via the Wayback Machine also.
Called it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Mhm.
I mean, we know that happened because you said that.
Yes.
Shut up, bitches.
So then the next day, Paramount made a little bit more news because they are back on the bargaining table again with Skydance. Basically my understanding of it is the agreements or the bid that they had originally is back in place again.
Yep.
The only difference is now Paramount has X amount of days to shop around for another bidder at that price or higher. So we'll
luck.
see good luck with that. We'll see what happens there.
I don't see Sony going for it. That's not what they want. They want to purchase outright, and they only want certain things. They don't want the whole studio.
No, they don't. But you know who might? Discovery Warner Brothers.
Oh, God.
Because the day after that, they started saying, well, we might be interested in having that streaming service.
Well, it's strictly for the streaming service. It's not for anything else with the companies together.
Yeah.
It's strictly just for the streaming service. So that's a bit of a difference between what Skydance is trying to do and what that is about. They're trying to offload the Paramount Plus streaming service to HBO Max. And that's what's ultimately going to happen there because of all the profitable streaming services, you can count 3 of them. HBO Max, Netflix, and Prime, I believe, is the only other one that's somewhat making money, but not really making money at the same time. But the 2 of them, HBO and Netflix, are the only ones that really could have the money and the infrastructure in place to handle that.
Mhm.
Same with Prime, but Prime's not going to do it. They want more network options.
Mm. Oh, cheap bastards. Anyway.
But
well, they
we'll have to wait and
own
see
the
if they get a
servers, don't
competing
they?
offer.
It's the consolidation era. It's just
Yeah.
the natural progression of these things. We have all of these a la carte. Hey, do you want to watch this? Here, come and watch it. And it's inevitable that we're going to consolidate. That's just how it's going to go.
Yep. At least for a while. Then it'll stop, but it's going to take a little while for this to slow down. Then it'll stop. Then they'll start to regrow again.
Mhm.
But it's probably going to be back on actual physical TV. Probably going to be back on cable, back on normal television. Streaming, I don't think is going to blow up again for probably another 20 years.
I don't see a regrowth in the cable numbers. I can't imagine anybody.
I
at
think
this
there'll be a
point-
small growth. I don't say it's going to be like back to the good old days.
I don't see it. I'm not a cable person. I've never had cable. I've always been an antenna person. Me TV has given us a Tunes channel this week,
Yes.
and
Ooh, nice.
that's all I've been watching all week this week. Is just cartoons from 60 to 80 years ago. Thank you.
And I've been getting used to like Tubi and Pluto just off of my Samsung TV without actually watching anything on any streaming other than I'm watching The Boys, I'm watching House of the Dragon, you know, the usual shticks that I gotta watch.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, the fast services are definitely going to replace cable for a while. Even the old people are getting into, hey, this is pretty easy to have all of these channels available on services like Pluto and Roku.
yep. When I see my dad in August after his shoulder surgery, I'm probably gonna try and get him hooked up on some of that just so he can get off of what he's hooked into already so that he can actually get more options without having to pay for it. Yes,
Correct.
you get commercials again, but he already watches like Motor Trend TV with all the commercials in the world already. So it makes no difference to him.
It was all those commercials. Sorry, just flashback.
Kevin's having PTSD moment here.
Were you scarred by commercials, Kevin? You can sue.
And then you
Well,
could
where
also
did
have
the
this
commercials
commemorative
touch you,
plate.
With your Stacker 5 and the 1-800 general number. So
Oh,
you can also
God.
have your insurance and your life alert.
The Dale Earnhardt Jr. gold coin commemorative. But
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Thank you, Steve.
clap on.
Chia.
Ah, God damn it, you beat me to it.
588-2300.
Empire.
Old people.
Today.
Oh,
Midwestern
don't start with the today.
people.
Don't you even start with me with the today. That is some added after the fact stuff. No, that's reboot stuff. Do not start with me with the today.
Sounding like a true boomer there.
You old bastard.
I'm gonna run for president.
Make sure you change your batteries first there, buddy.
Yeah.
In your
Or
clicker.
gold-plated coin. That'll be on
Make
Walker,
streaming
Texas
great
Ranger.
again, everybody.
I don't
right,
miss
Kevin.
commercials. Oh, actual news. Oh, the actual news. Okay. Movie news coming along in the Marvel Universe. Emma Corrin requested to have a personal trainer for her role as Cassandra Nova in Deadpool and Wolverine. To which they said, you don't have that necessity. Like, you aren't going to be wearing skimpy clothes. You aren't going to be doing a whole lot of fight scenes.
No stunts.
No stunts for you. And she's like, oh, but everyone else gets an awesome trainer.
But I want it. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, honey.
So,
It's not in the script, kid. Sorry, kid.
yep. Next. So
We're saving time for the Acolyte, everybody. Stay
Yeah.
tuned.
So we reported last week that Sabretooth would be showing up again. We didn't realize they'd be like settling their shit, apparently. Like looks like
Fucking
Peace amongst thieves. Honor amongst
Yeah.
thieves.
22
2024. 2024, they hug it out.
Well, it's like you said, you know, you're going to end up hurting their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You talk it out. That's how you grow. Otherwise, these guys are just going to be fighting forever, like killing people on each other's birthdays forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Forever. No, but all kidding aside, I really like this. Tyler Mane still looks fucking amazing.
God, he looks even better now.
Yeah, he does.
He really does, because they didn't really get to show you his arms in the original movie. He was always wearing that coat.
The frumpy little burlap sack is what it felt like.
Yeah, like the mink coat from Ghostbusters 2 that was alive that you expected
Oh,
to
yeah.
start running away from him as he's running towards Wolverine.
I'm gonna get
He just needed to walk through some mood slime. That's all we needed.
Mood slime.
mood slime. That should be pretty fun. They actually made a highlight of that in the trailer. Is that one of the trailers we want to talk about, Kevin? I mean, we already did a breakdown on it on our channel. So if anybody wants to check that out, go back. We did that last week. But when they talk about the fight of the century, that's actually been kind of tipped off that's actually the vocalization that is for the Hulk fight that Wolverine will have.
Really?
Yep.
Mhm.
So they got to be careful with their trailers, because in California, false advertising is a problem for movie trailers. So they got to be careful. But the line is in the movie. They just kind of made it seem like it was for the Sabretooth fight.
Fuck California. I'm sorry, but it's the land
like,
of
man, wash your mouth out with soap there, bud.
Yeah.
I know it's my birthplace, but those people are fucking insane. That's why I left.
So I'm coming out to LA in a couple of weeks, Kevin. Just there's a great crossover moment here. I'm coming to see Mel Brooks on stage.
You got those
LA.
tickets?
Oh yes, sir. I certainly did. Front row seats to see 98-year-old Mel Brooks, one of the people that really made me who I am. We're gonna watch the 50th anniversary of Blazing Saddles together, and then Mel Brooks is gonna take questions from the audience. I need you guys to design the best ultimate. What is your question for Mel Brooks? It can't sound like everybody else's question, because everybody's got the same questions. So what do I ask? And what do I wear?
Why did you wait so long to do Spaceballs 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And why aren't you directing it?
I'm 98 years old. That's the answer.
Okay.
Yep.
The search for money.
Search for more money. It's got to be.
Search for more money.
You
If
gotta
they
wear
don't call
tights.
it that, then they're fucking up.
No doubt.
You got to go wearing tights, Steve. That's
Tights.
it.
Yep.
For men.
We
and
are
boys.
men.
Men.
Tights.
Oh,
Or, go in a tuxedo and a top hat and start singing Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
There you go.
Really, the Tick asked the quintessential question that nobody really asks when they do things like that, or when they go to Q&As. How's it going?
That actually be pretty funny. Just want to say I flew all the way out here and had this simple question for you. How you doing,
How
man?
you doing? You doing all right?
I'm just gonna stare at you for like a minute, be like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Security.
I don't get to ask questions at MST3K Live because they know I'll do that to them. Just like totally derail them. Like, so how's it going?
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Yeah, like I don't care anything
Eggs.
about the show. How you doing? How are things? How are things?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Anyway. So, how do we get back from that? Sticking on Deadpool. Deadpool, they are doing all their promo stuff. We still have 2-3 more weeks for the movie to come out. So they're showing everything off in China right now.
Yeah.
Thought this was really cool. They were trying to make a joke of Wolverine having all the food on his blades, but no. Then they actually went and made it cooler.
Yeah.
with Wolverine holding his claws out too, with Levy back there making the kebabs.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like they might have actually showed like the first 30 minutes or so of the movie there too.
Yeah. I heard.
And had an insane water gun fight, like
Yep.
mounted water cannons to the stage and blasted the crowd, which is funny because they have no rights there, so they can't like protest anything about it. Like, you're here anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get shot by the water cannon. Ha 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 ha.
Mhm.
Water pistol.
No, dude, it was huge.
Super soaker.
It was way big.
Who
It
gets
was
the drink from the fire hose?
Or they could have loaded it with a whole bunch of aviation gin.
Yeah.
Oh, that, that
Speaking of that.
I thought there was just one. There's going to be apparently 6 different collector's editions to the aviation gin bottles.
Yep. Varying in cost. Buyer beware on the cost factor on that.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, like $20, $30 difference on some of
The
them.
standard bottles, $35, just like normal aviation gin.
Mhm.
But the second you start getting into like the specialized bottles with special engravings, markings, brandings, this, that, the other, the next one up is $70 and it just keeps on going.
Oh, oof. Now, I like alcohol. Don't get me wrong. Mr. Booze is my homie, but I don't like Mr. Booze that much.
I
Okay,
like
A lot of money.
a little bit more than Mr. Booze.
I have a bottle of Crystal Head vodka. I'll admit that.
I've looked for that. I can't find that around here.
Oh, well, I'll get you some. Like I've got had a package of the Blues Brothers joints. I'm not beneath buying stupid shit, but that's a lot of money for booze. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go for like the basic bottle if it's around at all. And chances are the standard one, you'll probably be able to find that no problem.
Oh, sure.
But it's pretty interesting. I remember they did this with like Game of Thrones with like the different bottles of wine, the different bottles of beer from Ommegang Brewery out of New York.
Do you not get the red wedding wine? Bad things happened.
Bad things happened.
That is so true, Steve. Spoken by a true Game of Thrones fan.
I have never seen a minute of it.
But if you've read the book, you still know exactly what the hell that's about.
Mhm.
You don't have to see this show because the book is far worse anyway.
Speaking of the Blues Brothers, we lost Judy Belushi this week. How about a little sadness for John Belushi's widow? She has been such a big part of the community around Chicago for so long. She was celebrated as one of the people keeping the music alive, keeping the memory of John Belushi alive all these years. That's a sad loss in the community.
Yeah, we send our condolences to the family, and that's a very sad thing to see.
But they did announce that Blues Brothers Con 2024 is going to happen at the old Joliet prison again this year. It's happening in August. Yep. So I once again extend my invitation to all of you guys. Come to Chicago. Let's go to see the Blues Brothers, Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi performing on stage as the Blues Brothers at the old Joliet prison. I was just in Joliet today for the Bill Murray baseball game. And drove by the old prison, and my radio partner Chip said, "Oh, is that the prison?" I said, "Yeah, that's the prison. We're in Joliet. It's the only thing in Joliet." But yeah, come on out. Let's party the night away in the memory of Judy Belushi and John Belushi and all the others that have given so much to the music community over the years.
And just to refresh everybody, what was that date again, Steve?
That is August 17th, 2024. Get your tickets. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm flying back that day from Wisconsin.
Well, change your plans, man. There's
We'll see if my dad gets
thing.
he has to
He's
make
got
it a trip to the
thing.
emergency room, and maybe I can swing another
Good
weekend.
golly, if you're in Wisconsin on that date and you're not gonna, boy,
I'll see what I could do.
oh man, that's Wisconsin's
Wedding
real
season.
close.
Yeah, it's a 5-hour drive down to Joliet for me.
Yeah, come on,
And
Skeets. If
Come on,
I'm
man.
going, you gotta fucking make
it's
it there.
wedding season. Like, this is my last month being
Yeah,
gone
you only
here
get
until
married
November.
a couple of times. It's okay.
No, I DJ weddings. I only been married once, so I'm sticking there.
Boy, you're the one who got conned on that one then.
Yeah. No, it's the other way around. Trust me.
Yeah, she was the one for sure.
My wife is way too hot for me, and I don't know how I get lucked out. So
Nice.
We're all the lucky ones. Let's just be real here. And Kevin's not. So
he's a knee slapper.
Yeah, that's my knee.
Yeah.
yes, maybe.
Yeah, I'm Irish. That's a lie. I'm sorry. That's a dirty ass lie.
No, that sounds like a fun time, and if it could be made to work, I will see what I can do.
You
Sure.
are more than invited, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys want to see something from San Diego Comic Con? Speaking of flying to
Sure.
LA later this year.
Another
Marvel-
things we can't afford.
Yeah, no shit. Marvel has announced or released images, silhouettes of the Fantastic Four from the movie. This is not for the comic book. This is for the movie. So that is a silhouette of Pedro Pascal. Most importantly, that is a silhouette of Sue's hair. Oh man, they are sticking to the 60s, Sue.
Yeah.
She's going to be a Mary Sue if they keep it up at this rate.
Well, she'll be married by the end of this. Well, I guess she's already married. But anyway, yeah, so this is I don't dislike this. It's cheap, but I don't necessarily dislike it. I'm curious as to how big they're going to try to make the Fantastic Four. Because like the Avengers was this great big thing, and Fantastic Four should be also. But what I've seen is lackluster so far. Like
well, the cast
only
is Reed Richards to begin with. Like,
okay, that's a bit baffling. I'll be honest. Is Pedro a good actor? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Did they already have a good actor that everybody wanted? Yeah.
Yeah.
damn right they did.
They did.
So
They did him dirty.
Mm-hmm.
really kind of confused unless like, hey, we needed to film this while day one, part 3 was happening. Again, I don't know, but golly, that was disappointing to hear. And I can't say that without offense. It sounds rude, but I don't know. I did not want Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
I mean, the rest of the cast is like, sure, I'm game. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm pretty interested in everybody else other than Pedro. So hopefully he doesn't stink up the joint. He's not a bad actor. This is the wrong role for him. But, you know, just looking at the concept art here or whatever this is, you know, it's all right. It doesn't really scream 50s or 60s to me, except for Sue Storm's hairstyle. The rest of it does not feel anything at all like that to me.
Yeah,
Feels
but
like-
you know what? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it feels more like live theater advertisement. That's
Community theater.
really community. Yeah.
Yes, and that's what they look like. They're banners outside of the San Diego Convention Center.
And Fodes,
that's-
as our resident theater expert around here, what are your thoughts?
I love the Fantastic Four. I have been a huge fan of the Fantastic Four since I started reading comic books. The story, the characters of a family, this might be the best Fantastic Four movie since The Incredibles.
Ooh,
Mm.
I hope so.
Mighty
I
words.
have high expectations for this one because I love these characters so much. I think that they can do them well. I think they can find the right story to tell and involve Doctor Doom and all of those well-written characters make it happen. Yes, this looks like it could be a musical.
So you're cool with Galactus and Doctor Doom and female Silver Surfer? Because those are the villains in the movie.
I have no problem with that. The only problem I have is that is too many on the list. That is too many on the list. If this is a 3-episode arc, fine, but 3 bad guys might be too much, especially Galactus. I mean, my goodness,
Yeah.
you're gonna overshadow Galactus with Silver Surfer with boobs.
Reflective boobs.
Yeah.
That was my
It's gonna be a
band.
little cold up in here when she shows up.
It's Batman and Robin all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is now Marvel finally having the rights to it, and people have long said for years, if anybody can make a good Fantastic Four movie, it's going to be Marvel Studios themselves. Well, you're up to the plate now.
Yeah,
Prove
but Marvel
everybody wrong,
Studios
because
took
up
10
until
years.
now, I love the 1994 Roger Corman one. That's never officially been released.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed. Watch along.
Yep.
Because they can't stop us from doing that. They can't hit us
No.
for fucking copyright infringements. Anyway,
Those dead wire guys are getting us again.
damn right.
Damn loopholes.
in other Marvel updates, Agatha, whatever it's called,
Jesus.
I believe it's
What
called Agatha. Remember that?
Now?
Agatha, remember that series from what 6, 7, 8 years ago now? Oh yeah, that was important.
I'm just going to call it Agatha 8 because there's going to be like the 8th name change for this show again.
Oh yeah, that was important.
Yep. Now I don't know what that's going to be, but Marvel's new PR guy for their TV series says basically that this is going to be a really fun show. It's going to be a scary show. It's going to be a Marvel scary show. It's going to be a scary ride. So much fun, but there's going to be dangerous stakes. It's like,
So is that why they kept it on the shelf for 2 years as a finished product?
no.
I think the expiration date has already occurred here.
it smells like bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say, are you smelling cocaine off your thing, or what
Yeah.
are you doing over there?
not this week. No, like the spin on this, like this guy is just totally a hype man. That's all he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And the interview is on Marvel's podcast, so it's not
of
like
course, the showcast.
yes,
Yeah, so
That's-
not getting the tough questions.
no. To me, that's like at the end of WrestleMania or the end of the main events where they have the fucking the kayfabe interviews.
Oh, the press conference. Yeah.
Yes, this is what that is to me. So, I don't know. I hope it does have scary moments to it. Agatha's going to be a fun show if they get that right. Because the thing with Agatha is it's a lot like Disney's Haunted Mansion. Where's going to be that balance of too funny versus too scary?
The Muppets version.
That was brilliant.
That was that period. I don't care. I don't care. You put up any of those other Haunted Mansion movies. There's holes in the plot. You stick the Muppets in there, and no problems.
No,
Yeah,
that
I
was-
love
that
the
really
Muppet
was
movies.
brilliant.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And Kirk
brilliant.
did that within an hour too.
Mhm.
So it's like during COVID, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, Kirk's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. It's unfortunate they're having to sell the Charlie Chaplin studio in LA, though.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because that place is supposed to be unique as all get out, like as far as
Mhm.
construction goes.
They're still going to be working there and leasing out, but they're just trying to get out of the ownership game on that studio. So
Property tax.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they don't want to put up any more tents down the street. So
Oh shit. Okay. Well, last Marvel update for you. Okay. So the speaking of 8th, the latest update photo we have of Sam Wilson and his new costume has come to light.
ugh.
I don't dislike it.
No, it's
It
fine.
looks good.
No problem.
Yeah, like people complained about the bright white one in the Cap and Winter Soldier series. This is pretty close to what we saw in Captain America 2. I can't say I dislike it. I don't like the Falcon. I still don't like him as a character, but I don't like this. I don't dislike this costume. I hope it works well for Anthony Mackie, and I hope, despite Jeff's point that he can't really lead as well, I hope he does do well at this.
Well, once he puts the helmet on, then we'll really find out what people think of this outfit.
I don't
remember
know.
he gets a full face helmet at some point too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is he going to wear that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess he has to, doesn't he? Because it's on the McDonald's toy.
Yeah,
And in China.
The costume with the white from Falcon and Winter Soldier, at least that had the added advantage of being comic accurate.
Yeah.
Since that's what Sam Wilson has been wearing in the comics for quite a while. I mean, you've got two Captains America operating simultaneously right now. He even has his own variation on the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
One, it was Cap had it specially made for him.
That's cool.
The star is a little bit different on it, but he does have his very own shield.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. I do like the relationship that they have. I like that they didn't backtrack on Sam's character. Like if they're willing to share that with Steve, that's very Steve in character.
Yeah, it is.
Now, having two Spider-Men, that still seems very convoluted to me.
Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
And
he's not Spider-Man.
Honestly, the Spectacular Spider-Man comic is probably the only good Spider-Man comic other than Ultimate Spider-Man, which is any good right now.
I haven't read Spider-Man in so long I couldn't say one way or the other.
I gave up on the mainstream titles after one more day.
Yes.
You know, they retconned out the marriage, and I said, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Yes.
But at least with the new Ultimate title, so you've got Peter Parker in his 30s when he first gets his powers, and he's already, a father of two. So that's been an interesting change to that status quo. And in this one, it's May who's gone and Ben who's still alive.
Yep.
So that's been interesting. Those have been the only really good Spider-Man comics out there, because what they've been doing in Amazing right now, why people are still buying that comic, I don't know. I think it's just so they can read it and bitch about it online. But I don't know. I just work here. I don't know that shit.
I haven't heard anything great about it in a very long time. Not since before One More Day.
No.
And just like Chad said, that story was so bad, it made God knows how many readers quit reading, and it made fucking Joe Straczynski want his name taken off of the goddamn story.
Yep.
Like it was so bad he wanted his name taken off the book.
He usually isn't that hardcore about, hey, get my name off of that.
No, quite the opposite. And Joe's a nice guy. Like, I've met him a couple of times. He's a really nice guy. So for him to like be completely against it, and I get why he was, because it's a terrible ass story.
Yeah.
And Joe Quesada, he was a big baby about so much shit and just retcon things because he didn't like it. Like, well, sorry,
was
Joe.
a big baby?
Joe was nice to me. That's all I'm going to say. He was really nice to me once, and that's all I'm going to say. He signed my Batman 500, okay? I can't talk about being a big baby and taking away Wolverine's cigars and anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like smoking.
Okay.
Anyway. That's going to make me sound like a nerd boy. I'm sorry.
Nerd
What's
alert.
wrong with that?
You're a fucking nerd. No one likes you.
I know.
Pride.
That's it. I'll have a clip in here for the future. Some sort of nerd alert.
Yeah, especially when I really start going off.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Is that it? Is that the news, Kevin?
No, I've still got a couple more things. Let's see
Oh,
here. Fans of the Batman.
The Bat.
I am on the wrong slide. Where am
I
I?
am Batman.
Pros at work, yeah.
2 years
The
ago.
pros that work here.
Two
How do I
years
go?
later.
There it is. Hooray!
Yay!
Yeah. Warner Brothers has already shut down their Arkham series.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep. That
Yeah, it
didn't
didn't
even
take
get
long.
off the ground. It was going to be one of their new HBO Max series based on Matt Reeves' The Batman. Unfortunately, it's not going to remotely flap at all.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't fit their DC universe at this point. So they're just going to finish up Penguin, the TV show, and anything with Matt Reeves is going to be Kaputskis. That means no Batman 2. I'm going to call it right now.
Really? I thought Batman or The Batman 2 was already like in motion.
It's been delayed like 4
Oh.
times in the last 3 years.
Oh, so much for it being classified as their Elseworld.
Yeah.
I
Might
wonder if
still
they're
happen
waiting
due to
to see-
contracts, but we'll have to wait and see.
Between that, David Zaslav, and the popularity of how the Penguin series is going to do, and Joker 2, we'll have to see.
Joker 2 doesn't have anything to do with that, so that's definitely an Elseworld story that is not going to be having an issue as long as it makes money. That's
Right,
Todd Phillips anyway. So
but those two are what he's defining as his Elseworlds.
right, like all of these are they started long before he came around. So, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see about that. I don't have high hopes for the Batman 2 to actually happen, but you know, we'll see. I could be wrong about that.
I didn't see the Batman 1, so I can't, judge terribly.
It wasn't bad.
There you go. There's your
wasn't
glowing
great.
review of the week, Chad.
Yep.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
bad.
bad. It
I
was
mean, it
good.
did-
The problem is it fell apart in the third act, and it was
Yeah.
very long. They should have cut about 30 minutes out, and that's ultimately where the movie just fell off the train track for me. Still like it, still own it, we'll still watch it, but it's a little long, and the third act just goes.
I mean, really, the only big selling point for me is you had Gollum playing Alfred.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Actually, tells you how memorable he was in that role.
He was in a coma for most of the movie.
Was
he?
Yeah, and then they actually put him in a coma for the last third of the movie. So
Yeah. And when he wakes up, he does his whole long exposition.
yeah.
Oh, no.
I like Jeremy Irons as Alfred, to be honest with you. So what do I know?
Yeah. Yeah. He was awesome.
No, he really was good.
Well, he was the one that actually, seemed like he had been an Air Force pilot for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, hey, you guys want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
This just came out today.
Now that's a movie.
No.
DOA.
The Crow, coming in theaters August 23.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming in theaters. All right. You're gonna need a big towel for this one.
I thought you said a dead body. I see a big pile of crap. I mean, there's no dead body on the screen. What are you talking about, Kevin?
A decrepit piece of crap.
That movie is going to be DOA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yes, this is real. This isn't a fan poster. This came out today.
Oh dear
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Yeah, I figured after 5:30, I'm like, you know what? I'm done making slides for today. They're not going to release anything.
I
new
thought
on
you were
holiday weekend.
joking when you said there was a poster for it today.
No.
I didn't even look.
No, it's like, son of a bitch, is that real? Mother. Yeah,
Well,
and
got
you can
people
tell because they
screaming
had all
it's an
the.
independent film and not a typical Hollywood movie, and it might actually be okay. But from everybody I know who's slightly realistic about expectations, like this isn't good.
No, not really.
And on my own eyes,
You guys
based
can hear
on
me?
trailers and everything we've seen, not a fan.
Oh, I couldn't hear you guys for a second. Sorry. I don't know. The director went on some interview this week saying that there's nothing Hollywood about this movie. It's totally indie and totally gritty.
So like Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the bit.
it's like I don't know, dude. It may not seem Hollywood, but it's most certainly not gritty. Like it reminded me of, you know, the Superman movie with Nick Cage being from the streets.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not.
Nick Superman just got me really. That was it. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
You know why they're going to make that movie? Because they're from the streets.
They know what's up.
Oh dear.
That's how this Crow movie came to be about. We're from the streets. We get this shit.
No, thank
Just
you.
like RoboCop 3. Gotcha.
I'd
So-
buy that for $1.
Also, don't forget that the Post Malone album's coming out the same week. So-
Enough
Not
face
sorry.
stats ain't gonna save this movie.
Nope.
No.
Unless they put a bullseye on the head and say, shoot me here.
Shoot me here.
It's a totally different character.
You never know. They might actually do something that stupid in this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then the last thing I had in the news was kind of endearing. I saved this one. Chris Reeve's son, William, is going to have a cameo in the new Superman movie.
Now that's better.
That
Yeah.
is really cool.
I will accept that.
That is really cool.
There you
And
go.
unlike Marvel Studios putting out silhouettes for a movie that you were wondering if it's going to be any good or not, James Gunn's like, all right, now you get your phone up there
Mhm.
and I'll tell you when to take the pictures. Now go leak this shit to Variety. Go.
Mhm.
TMZ, let's roll.
Yeah, like they are totally leaking set photos from Superman like by the dozen every day. And he's doing it on purpose and it's smart as fuck.
Mhm.
You know, he's not having people salivating, waiting to see what things are going to look like. He's showing people and making them excited in the interim, and it's working.
Except for Nathan Fillion and Craig Gordon.
Well, that's not it. There's Nathan.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so before everyone starts talking about how horrible he looks, keep in mind you're not supposed to like him. This is Guy Gardner, not Hal Jordan.
Correct.
You're supposed to want to punch him along with Batman.
Yes. Lay him out in one punch.
Yeah, like he's supposed to be physically and audibly obnoxious. So I think they got the right person.
I don't disagree with you.
Yep, that I agree with.
And
Fillion's
also,
gonna
we've
nail
gotta
that.
We've got to remember with the costumes, like what he has and what Hot Girl is wearing. Those, I believe, are supposed to be Lord Tech Justice League International uniforms, as opposed to their regular costumes.
Okay.
All right.
Because if you
I'm not that
notice,
up on the lore or anything like that, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because if you can kind of see it on Guy, he's got the Lord Tech emblem on his chest, and then Hot Girl, her uniform is almost identical to what Guy's wearing.
Yeah.
And they're both very close to Mr. Terrific.
Mhm. I will say this: they got Fillian's hair right for this.
Oh golly, yes, the bowl.
Yeah, they got the bowl cut.
And
It's
then,
definitely an
let's see,
interesting look.
what else did they get? They got okay. I got this because people were complaining that it's not Snyder enough. Like the last Superman movie we had, he was going to fight Darkseid, and this
Now
guy
he's
is
fighting
saving children and cats, and it's like, where are you motherfuckers from? Like Superman is saving cats, saving kids, saving anybody, like any life form that needs saving at the last second. That's what Superman is for. He's the glorified fucking fireman.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Boy Scout.
Yeah. If you want a cop, go to Batman. He's the unthanked motherfucker. That's not it. Where is it? Here. And then they got pictures of him taking off.
Gotcha. How'd you look?
I love these pictures of him like jumping in the air because it reminded me of what Kevin Smith described when he directed The Flash, where Grant Gustin would start taking off running, but it's actually really slow and like depressing the first time you see it in real life.
No kidding.
Him lifting up this awesome, I'm guessing a bank vault door.
Model for the next hot toy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the
So
next statue.
That'll be cool. And you know what this reminded me of? Back when I used to love full screen movies so much, when we had like the old CTR screen TVs, but you just didn't realize that widescreen showed you all the shit you were really missing.
Made you look.
Brilliant. That is a brilliant reveal, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
And that was all we had
Ah!
for Superman.
Now I'm blind
Ah!
again.
That was it for the news. That was it
Yep.
for the news.
Nice.
Now, we did have one other item that Kevin didn't cover, but I brought to everybody's attention. There was some news on the Alien TV show. One of the actresses just had a quick little interview on Variety. Her name is Sandra. Let's see if I can pronounce the name properly. Sandra Yee Sensendiver. She is currently shooting on another show right now, and she talked about what's kind of happening with the Alien series that's been in production with Noah Hawley for the last couple of years. And a lot of people probably don't remember that there was a series that was announced, but this happened at the same time they announced Prey was going to be a movie for Predator, and that they were then working on the new Alien Romulus movie.
That's right.
And so Noah's been shepherding this for quite a while. I think it's actually been in production closer to 3 years. They've finished production. So one of the notes out of here is she can't say much, but it's supposed to fit within the universe of the first two movies. And let's see, there was something here. And it's going to largely center around Earth before Prometheus. And we'll explore the formation of the Weyland-Yutani Company and basically the synthetics that they end up creating. And I don't know how much like an alien's going to really play a role in this. We might see a little bit of like lab scenes or not. That's just speculation on my part. But with this kind of an idea, largely we're going to be doing something akin to Caprica from Battlestar Galactica, where they get into the formation of the Cylons being developed by the humans, and then they turn on the humans in that show. We've seen that in a bunch of other series.
AI. No one would believe that we're gonna turn AI on and just let it go and have it be our robot pals that are fun to be with.
Right?
Oh,
No.
oh wait. Oh.
And
The news.
yeah, I guess we'll have to see how this really turns out, considering they started this before that, and see just how well it really plays into the overall story. But the last thing that's going on here is she was excited to play a character. I don't know if that means she's going to be the synthetic or what's going on here. If she's going to be a scientist. It sounds like her character's name is Yatani instead of Utani. So that's why I say Caprica. They could be doing a thing of she was somebody's daughter and they try and put the consciousness into a Cylon robot synthetic and crazy shit happens from there. And it sounds now they say the production on the series is ongoing with it expected to wrap. I was under the impression from a friend of mine that it's actually been finished shooting, that they just finished. So I don't know when this interview might have taken place, but it's about done if it's not wrapped already, as I had heard. But it's supposed to debut sometime next year in 2025. It will be a Disney Plus show. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. It's probably not going to do much business. But if it's anything like the Prey movie was, and what they did with the Hellraiser movie, because that was also a Hulu Fox situation as well, this could be pretty interesting. It could be pretty good. It could also be pretty bad. But with Noah Hawley involved, I would think that you can at least count on the writing being good. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it's also like with Alien Romulus. Hopefully it turns out good, and it actually is good. So I'm positive. I'm being optimistic about both of them. Just kind of have to wait and see about what we actually get, though.
Yeah. If they do it right, it'll be great. But like you said, with Disney Plus involved, hard to say.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, guys? We can let Skeeter or Mr. Fodes go. Oh, wait. What has Fodes got?
My Bill Murray bobblehead that I got at the Joliet Slammers this afternoon, an unboxing video. This is what Deadwire needed, is more unboxing videos. More times where you take foam out of cardboard and you look at it and you go, oh, look, it's got a Bill Murray in a Joliet Slammers uniform, and he is standing next to a gopher and not a baseball bat in his hand, but instead a driver. It's a whole Caddyshack Bill Murray bobblehead reference. How about that? Looks just like Bill Murray. Look at that. Look at that sculpting on Bill Murray's face. Doesn't look like Bill Murray at all. I'm glad that it has the words Bill Murray on the base so that I'll know when I look at it later. Oh, that's Bill Murray. That's sure. There you go. Joliet Slammers. The those of you who haven't seen the documentary The Saint of Second Chances, I recommend it highly. It is the story of the Joliet Slammers, which is a minor league baseball team owned by Mike Veck and his son. What is Mike Veck's son's name? Night Train. Night Train Veck and Mike Veck are the family of Bill Veck, who was the owner of the Chicago White Sox at Disco Demolition, celebrating its anniversary this week as well.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Those guys invented every promotion that you've ever thought about with baseball. All the stuff that happens at the baseball game other than baseball, all the races and the fireworks and all of the fun extra added entertainment. The Veck family invented all that. They own this team, the Joliet Slammers, along with Bill Murray, and boy, is it a fun time at the ballpark.
That's awesome.
Tuesday night will be slide whistle night. Half of the lucky kids will get slide whistles. The other half of the kids will get brass knuckles.
The Saint of Second Chances on Netflix. Go watch that one. It is a very touching family story about entertainment. How do we make entertainment? How do we make entertainment and family at the same time?
Yep.
There you
Now,
go. So I got
Steve,
that for me. Yes.
before you go, are you currently watching the Acolyte show?
I am not currently watching the Acolyte show. I'm kind of out of the Star Wars universe. I did not watch the last series, and I have not watched this series. So I will leave you with the idea that Star Wars is great. It's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
I was going to say that's probably going to be our last topic. If you want to stick around and listen, cool. If not, you want to check out, that is always okay by us. Just let everybody know where they can find you and what you are up to next.
Every Tuesday, toomuchscrolling.com. We do a movie of the week, a book of the week, interview all sorts of great people, talk about all kinds of fun pop culture, keeping you up to date with all the news that's fit to print and all the fun. We have a lot of fun on Too Much Scrolling. Celebrating our 10th anniversary this week. I'm so proud of what we've been able to do. 10 years, man. 10 years. It's been fantastic. Thank you, boys, for letting me sit in on this silliness. You guys are great. I love listening to all of you. I can't wait for you to get here for the Blues Brothers Con in August. We will we'll dance the night away.
Sounds like a fun time. You have a good night there, buddy, and you are always welcome here.
Good night, dude.
Good night.
Later, Steve.
Later.
Have a good one, man.
All right, guys. Now that the old man's out of here, let's shit talk some Acolyte.
Oh, let's talk about him. I mean,
no, he's good, dude. But it's really late by him. I know it's late for Skeeter too, but
come on, I'm an old man too. I'm semi-retired.
Yeah, right? We're all kind of getting there.
It's 1:45. But thanks to my DJ
still
hours,
early.
it's early for me.
Yep. All right, Kevin, you've been watching this. You seem to be the shill of the bunch. So tell us how good this episode was, Kevin.
Golly, you know, I'm wanting to like it, but I'm still not. Like, I'm not disliking it at all, but I'm not wowed by it either. There's some things that I'm kind of with, where I'm kind of cut up on it, where Soul is going through a lot of emotions right now for a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And golly, really, how do you write a Jedi that way? Like, does he not feel anything that he's having to go through right now? Like, he just lost 12 red shirts, or whatever happened in the previous episode. And now he's got the issue of knowing that he doesn't have Osha with him. He's got May.
Yeah,
which that was okay. So
handcuffed to a bed. Yep, that's exactly how they made you think about
that. That's right. So we are still talking about the Parent Trap in Star Wars, aren't we?
Yep.
They swapped out. It was very obvious to everyone except for Soul that May was not Osha. He didn't figure it out until the droid had a red light on it instead of a white light. As opposed
or the little beaver creature told him.
What happened to him? Like, he disappeared at some point. She did something and he disappeared. Like, he bit her leg and then
he just scampered off, ran through the air ducts.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next time you see him, he's popping out from behind Saul, who just shot May with the force gun or whatever he used.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he didn't know that wasn't May, or that wasn't Osha, was a little ridiculous to me, because a Jedi Master should have a connection with his Padawan, regardless of how long they've been apart. There's always a connection between them.
Yeah, it could be somewhat. I can see a little bit of where an argument could be that he was so distraught over seeing so many other Jedi completely just slaughtered in front of him that it made him so upset he wasn't thinking straight, and that eventually when he got to the point where he had that little breakdown in front of the computer or terminal all by himself, and all of a sudden things seemed to make sense to him, could be argued in that moment he's like, damn, I see what's going on around here. Somebody's screwing around, and he picked up on the vibe of something going on with her, because there was clearly something more going on with that ship. He wasn't messing with the power himself. May certainly wasn't doing it. Might have been the little beaver for all we know, but there could also be somebody else on that ship that we're not aware of. So there's a little argument that could be made in that moment. He realized some weird shit's going on around the ship, and that is totally not OSHA. But my actual opinion is the little beaver creature basically told him, hey, that ain't her.
Yeah.
And then he was like, shit, I should have caught that. It just made him totally inept, is what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's not bad. It's just wasn't thrilling. It was not a thrilling episode.
This was pretty much a no happening filler episode, in my opinion. And I mean, the other thing that was slightly interesting was OSHA and Smilo Ren connecting and her being taken to the dark side within 20 minutes of an episode, where she basically is knocked out by her sister. They change clothes, and now she's suddenly been kidnapped by Smilo Ren, who is now walking around, jumping into a pool or a little bay by the ocean to get naked and get cleaned up, and let her watch him as he's swimming around naked. And hey, if you're not going to join me, I'm just going to get my clothes back on, girl.
And she was watching him get out.
Oh, and the eyes did drop on him.
Yeah,
it's been pointed out on other streams, and I caught it when I was watching it live. I'm like, oh, wow, I guess you do write what you know, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of storyline you get out of like soap operas, and you get out of different shows entirely. You've never really seen this in Star Wars because it's not a Star Wars story and an element that's needed in Star Wars. It's just not. That's why a lot of the writing is like mid at best to just downright stupid as shit. And it's just, it was totally not necessary for the story at all. Like, when this show is ultimately over, there should be a super fan edit where it goes down from like whatever this 4 hours is down to like an hour and 20 minutes, where you cut out all this stupid shit and then you get your coherent story out of it. As it is, they just keep dragging it the hell out, and that's not helping any matters at all either.
Yeah, I got that feel of like this bad sci-fi, like B-rate movie, sci-fi romance or sci-fi comedy, where it's like too obvious what they were doing, but it does not fit the Star Wars initiative at all, or storyline at all. It was just like I said, it's kind of that Harvey Weinstein feel. Like, oh, yep, we're making this point where you obviously see what she's looking at.
Yep. Just the fact that she's just suddenly turning to the dark side at the very end is like, yo, he's barely seduced you to the dark side, like, at all. Like, where'd this even come from? She's been like, I don't know. Just trying to make sense of some of it. It's like, am I putting more thought into this than the writers did? Like, just trying to wrap my head around some of the nonsensical issues and plot devices that they're doing. I'm just trying to figure out how you get from point A to point D in like literally 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. And she puts the helmet on, and then she starts gasping like she's Lord Vader. I'm like, she Vadered everybody.
Yeah, that was too fast. Like, they could have waited till the second season. Well, they got, 2 more episodes left that are coming out?
Yep, just 2 left.
Yeah. They could have pushed that until, that helmet scene could have been the end of the 8th episode.
Yeah.
And gone from there, but I was kind of disappointed with it. I was like, it's interesting how he's persuading her, talking to her, and she's kind of like, oh, yeah, I see, but it's wrong, like. But at the same time, it's kind of like they're trying to speed it up, try to get more people interested in it.
Yeah.
Besides the lightsaber whip, it's not even lightsaber; it's a light whip. I
took out a bug.
Yeah, what the heck?
Very Limp Wristed style.
It reminded me of the dildo from Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't remember this at all. I
Nope.
I remember her pulling out her lightsaber, but I don't remember it going light whip.
Mm-hmm.
So
you blink, you miss it. It took out a bug. And that is the scene from the trailer. There is no more lightsaber whipping going on.
Mm-mm.
Unless you count what's on Smiler Run's back.
Yeah.
Right. So Vanestra is going to end up being the bad guy. Maybe
That's
not.
one of my guesses too.
My guess too.
Maybe not intentionally per se, but that'll be the person that he's after or that caused him to become a Sith.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought. She's the former Jedi teacher to Smiler Run.
Yeah.
Because he does say, you may call me a Sith, but I'm not.
So, but in an interview, he then says he's a Sith Lord recently. So it's like,
I say that all the time. It doesn't make it true.
Yeah, we know, Kevin.
I don't know. I think the lightsaber whip is funny, only because we've seen dirty versions of it so many times.
There's going to be a whole lot more, especially if Axel Braun comes out of retirement.
With who?
Axel Braun. I'm making a joke.
Oh God. Oh God.
And we could leave that there.
Yes.
But speaking of Axel, you guys seen Axel on Folly on Netflix yet?
Yes, we finished that tonight, my wife and I.
I have not started that yet. That's on my movie list.
It's pretty good.
That's what I've been hearing.
I only have a little issue with the ending a little bit. I love Kevin Bacon. He's fine. I just thought he'd have a little more meat to his character, and the ending just didn't have as much tension as I'm used to from like Beverly Hills Cop movies, even the third one. But it was still fine, still enjoyable, ended pretty good. So it's a fun 2-hour movie. Totally liked it. My wife got a kick out of it, and she has not seen any of the other ones. So as a fan, there's enough Easter eggs going on to.
Oh yeah, just
it's worth it.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife never saw the first two. I don't count the third one, but yeah, she loved it. She's like, "Oh, the music's great. Oh, I love how this is going. I love the comedy." And I'm like, "Oh, good." So she's like, "There's 2 before this." I'm like, 3.
Yeah,
but we're gonna just stick with 2. I don't want to ruin it for you, you know.
The third one, as this movie points out, was not his finest hour.
Mm-hmm.
No. And I blame Paramount's acquisition of Great America for that.
Yeah.
Well, and George Lucas being a cameo in it.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
It's not a long cameo. He even looks like he's disappointed he did it in the moment he's in the movie.
The only good thing about that is that's where I beat X-Men and Terminator 2, the arcade games, for the first time. Was it one of the arcades at Great America where they
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, like me and my buddy Wes went with the 2 big fistful of quarters and shit, and we just destroyed Magneto.
There you go. That's how you do it. Crush them in style.
Snicked.
I have to drive to Madison to play on that big console. That's the only closest place to me, which is a 4.5-hour drive.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I believe that.
But they got 2 big projectors posting it up on a wall, so you don't have the big monitor screen. They just made this extra large console for 4 people to stand, or 6.
Yep.
Yes. So we were all standing around that last time we were down there, and we're just playing, and you're watching the whole wall just playing as a screen. It was great.
Oh, that sounds so awesome.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Hey, I know what Jeff's doing in August when he's up. Where in Madison did you say? Let's see.
It's going to be more of it's going to be more like Lake Geneva area, but we'll see.
Oh.
But Beverly Hills Cop 4 is a fun one. Highly recommended from at least Skeeter and me. Kevin, you saw this, right?
Yeah, man. It hit every single nostalgia sweet spot that I could possibly think of. And I didn't think I was going to have a nostalgia sweet spot for this series. I like the first 2 movies. I don't love the first 2 movies. I really enjoyed this, and it made me want to go back and rewatch the first 2 movies.
Yeah,
right on.
With the nostalgic fondness. Again, I didn't know that I was going to have it for those 3 guys. and they're not underused, they're not overused. The new characters are used just perfectly.
Yeah, they actually won me over by the end. A couple of them actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At first, I'm like the guy that Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays. I was just like,
Mhm.
I'm not feeling this, but by midpoint of the movie, I'm like, nah, he's all right.
Yeah, he's
I'm good.
I really liked him. The
He was a
dynamic
competent police officer, for crying out loud. That just blew
Yeah.
my mind. He just couldn't fly a helicopter.
they had a more fun dynamic than the McClanes had in Die Hard 4.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So this was a lot better than that. And this was a lot better than the clips we saw of the 2013 series that he was only in for brief moments.
Yeah.
Just the pilot, yeah.
Yeah, like this was a lot of fun. This was a coherent story that kept you going. It is obvious all the way through. There's not a whole lot of thinking to be done for this movie, but that's
Right.
okay because you're really just doing a whole lot of laughing and jaw dropping because of all the explosions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
So, but explosions are part of the sweet spot for a Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Damn right.
And bring back Surge.
Serge.
Serge.
God,
Serge.
Surge. The the Acolyte, you know, the thing.
It's
There
about
is-
Bartakamus for crying out
Not
loud.
out.
I've never
Yeah.
been unhappy seeing Bronson Pinchot.
No,
Like,
neither.
he-
have I.
I liked his Home Improvement show from a few years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I didn't get to
No,
see
I
that.
forgot about that.
I
Yeah,
had no idea.
It was
about
enjoyable.
Yeah, I
You get
watched
to learn a
few
bit
episodes.
more about him as a person, and he seems pretty nice guy.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember the couple episodes we did watch. It was pretty down to earth, like
Mm-hmm.
normal.
Oh yeah, pretty decent guy. So,
Mhm.
oh, we got a comment. Good
Oh.
to see you, Wiram. A fly. I spied you on other streams, my friend.
7 out of 10. That's not too shabby.
That's pretty fair.
yeah.
I'd
Maybe
probably
an
go
8.
7.5, 8
Yep,
on my
same here.
end. I wouldn't go 9 or 10. I love the first two just way too much, but judging this on its own, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they broke down Axel in a good way, making him current because there's a lot of negative flaws that Axel has in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
two movies that don't fly anymore by today's standards.
Yep.
And they make fun of those things really well.
Yeah.
And starting to become middle-aged, I start feeling some of that shit that he's talking about as a parent. And you're like, ugh.
That's a little too spot on
Yeah.
there, buddy.
Yeah. But
I think were able to take some of Eddie's own experiences from his own family and kind of work
Yeah.
that in, and that's why it like hit so well for people.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But this is probably the only Netflix movie that I've seen that I really enjoyed from start to finish. Like, I just really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. If we were to do a 0-point review of this movie, the ugly for me would be that there's probably not going to be a physical release.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We're all still waiting on, like, say, Stranger Things season 3 and 4 to get a physical release.
Yep.
So just kind of have to wait and see when it comes to that kind of thing. And if not, you can always sail the high seas, or you can find other markets out there that will have a Blu-ray of this, of which I am sure I will be partaking in of some sort.
Wink, wink.
But
Yeah.
unless we got anything else, you guys want to say goodbye to everybody, Skeeter? Say goodbye. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Goodbye, everybody. You can find me anywhere on any social media as Skeeter on Sound. And if you get really bored or you like Yu-Gi-Oh, I do unboxing, pack opening on YouTube. You can find me as Skeeter the Common King, super unlucky Skeeter the Common King, where you can see how crappy I could spend $100 bill and make a $7 back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Profit.
And
Shiny
Chad,
cards.
Yep. I'm on Blue Sky Threads and Instagram at Mr. Peterman. That's all spelled out.
Cool. Kevin.
Well, you could find Jeff and I all the time at sunsandshadows.com. You could always find us here on this YouTube channel by clicking like and subscribe, where we've got tons of content that come out periodically throughout the week. Every Tuesday, we have a movie review that'll come out called 0 Point Reviews, which goes off in tons of different directions. And every other week, we have a brand new web series and longtime podcast called NTV, newly renamed NTV, the Graveyard Shift of... Oh, no, I'm going to mess it up again. The Graveyard Shift of canceled TV series.
Nope, it's the Graveyard Shift of forgotten television shows.
Fuck! See, I had it right last night.
Because, yeah, when we were doing our record on our most recent video, I couldn't get it right for the first 5 minutes, so we had to keep redoing the intro.
Cue cards.
Yeah.
Put on cue cards. You're set.
Oh, God.
And I got it first time ever since we came up with it. And he goes, "No, I still don't like that take." I'm like, but I got it.
It's just how it goes.
Evan's kids are back behind the camera holding the cue cards.
Oh, God, no.
You suck.
Going, running in front of the camera.
It's Gojira.
I worked so hard today trying to get through the Punisher and V, so I would have enough time to like produce the news for tonight and watch Godzilla. That did not happen. So it's like I'm gonna go try to watch 5 minutes of Godzilla and Kong now.
Oh, the new Empire one.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see Kong's power glove. Like, does it work? Does it work? Mario's not moving.
Now you're playing with power.
I gotta watch for you. Get ready for you guys' show. I got it sitting on the shelf. I gotta crack it open and throw it in the player and watch it. So I'm ready for when your guys' episode comes out.
Oh, the Punisher? Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Punisher and V. So
nice.
I only saw that Punisher movie once. Yeah, like I think it was right after it came out.
Oh, the longer one, yeah.
I remember my late brother-in-law, whenever any of those new movies would come out, he would have to get them on fucking Laserdisc, bring them home, and we'd be sitting there watching it, and of course he would start quoting along if he's already seen it like 5 or 6 times, and my sister would be like, "Will you shut the fuck up now?"
That's pretty good. You say that, and I'm like, oh God, I still got like about 6 laser discs sitting off to the side over here, and a couple on display up on a wall. And I don't even have a player.
Good luck finding one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good luck finding one that works for under like.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I can find one. Whether it works or not's another question.
For $3.50.
Damn Loch Ness Monster behind
Loch Ness Monster.
I got some sweaty balls for you.
Yeah,
we salute you, everybody. We hope everybody has had hope everybody had a great holiday. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this stream, you like our little bonus fun round here at the end, we might start doing that a little bit more often. And hit the like button. You like the video, you like the stream. We love doing this, love having you with us. And if you got any comments about any things we talked about on this stream you want to see more of, hey, throw them down below. We do read our comments, even though we are told not to by most content creators. But also,
damn it.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't get offended. But anyways, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification. Love having you with us. Keep us going. We'll keep you going too. Have a great Saturday night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.